was practicing this 10 years ago plus. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But all of his projects have been great, like the Raconteurs, that other band.
I fucking love the Raconteurs.
I saw all those bands. I saw Dead Weather. I saw the Raconteurs.
I like Raconteurs better than Dead Weather.
Right.
I never heard of Dead Weather.
Well, Dead Weather had that the female lead vocalist, and he was like more in the background on that band.
Yeah, he was like the guitarist, but he was the sales pitch for sure.
Yeah, he's multi-instrumental. He's talented. I mean, he really does it all. I mean, he produces and he writes and he plays guitar.
When you saw the White Stripes live, though, is it kind of a letdown because you're only ever going to get two instruments? Because the produced stuff, they can add them on top of each other.
No, I think that was what was so impressive about the White Stripes was that for some reason he was able to sound bigger. His guitar playing, even though it's so minimal, he's probably only strumming the top two strings most of the time.
Right.
But he creates these hooks and this minimalistic garage rock kind of sound and this very heavy blues sound that just gets into your soul. And so it sounds more expansive. It sounds bigger than it actually is. And then you also have, like I said, not to sound sexist or anything, but you have this, cute female drummer bouncing up and down and just keeping a very rock steady kind of simplistic beat. Mm-hmm. And there's almost a novelty to that. There was definitely a novelty to watching this band. And then you had this, on top of all that, sprinkled with this red, white, and blue color scheme that they had, which was kind of cool.
Yeah.
And it worked, and then other bands kind of copied it as well, the Black Keys and all these other two-piece.
Well, it's funny, too, when you were talking about minimalist guitars, a lot of people hated that about Blink-182. They hated and they kept saying they're not.
Because Blink-182, I think, was more, considered in that skate punk, bubblegummy. Like they weren't really taken too seriously.
Yeah, because they came out like around NoFX and Pennywise and.
But not only that, they also kind of extended the NoFX and Pennywise sound and then kind of made it more bubblegummy.
Yeah,
made it more like
a lot of people say
juvenile.
They're the ones that killed punk rock.
Well, yeah, I don't know about that, but I think it was
punk rock's
kind of
not dead, bro. It was just underground.
But it definitely changed.
It made it turned it into the mainstream.
Yeah, like then you had like the Good Charlottes and the Simple Plan and the Used and Taking Back Sunday and all that stuff came because Blink-182 made punk like something your parents.
Well, it turned punk into an arena rock genre and brought it to the malls where you had Blink-182 shirts at. What's that store? Hot Topic. Thank you. Yeah.
Hot Topic.
But I mean, the argument was also made, a half a generation before Blink-182 with Green Day and The Offspring and, bands like that.
I love Offspring. I think they're so underrated.
I think Green Day is great. I mean,
Green Day was great back in the day. Like they were
like Nimrod was a great album. And then
you know what? I just had this conversation with someone like 3 days ago where they were saying, Green Day sucks, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, dude, have you heard American Idiot? Like
but it's
the 9-minute, medley, the Jesus of Suburbia is probably one of the greatest songs they ever wrote. I mean,
it inspired their play.
But that song is fucking incredible. Mm-hmm. I mean, I dare anyone to listen to that 9-minute epic and not say that song and that album is incredible.
Have you heard their new album?
I've heard the stuff that we play on the radio, actually, and it's quite good. I mean, that song Bang Bang is great for what it is. I mean, it's not stuff that I would probably gravitate to and listen to in my car and rock out to, but when I hear it on the radio, I like it. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely Green Day. It's definitely, as far as Green Day as well, it's also very produced, Green Day at where they're at in their career right now. So it sounds like $1 million record, you know what I mean? So it's not like some garage punk band that's recording their first album like Kerplunk or something, you know?
Right.
But yeah, I mean, for what it is, it sounds incredible. And they're a great band. I mean, if you've ever seen them live recently, I mean, they put on a hell of a show. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing with like any band, like you hate the Chili Peppers, but man, you see the Chili Peppers, they put on a hell of a show now,
They're on my list of 5 bands. Can't have them.
Right.
Can't have them. All right, well, that's gonna do it for us on our very first episode ever The return of Maestro, Oggy Rox, and Infamous on the mic together.
Did we still talk about the...
Oggy just farted on his headphones.
Did we still talk about the New Year's resolutions and stuff? Or?
We have him on the other episode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Which is coming to you
What
soon.
about what you're looking forward to for 2017? Did we talk about that already?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I'm just looking forward to being a second dad, hopefully.
Oh, yeah?
That's my big highlight.
Dad for the same time.
Dad for the second time. Dad squared.
All right, and that is going to do it for us on this very first episode of Marching Robots. Tune in with us every Friday to check out new material and check out our teammate shows, Her Chronicles, which airs on Thursdays, Discussing Depression, which airs on Wednesdays, and the Infamous Chronicles on Tuesdays. We'll see you guys next week.